So I'm trying to put myself into the people's consciousness so I know what you want to hear, what videos you want to hear. It's not so easy though. Let's say you got 3,000 subscribers, for example, and then everyone's an individual though. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, what what does the majority want to hear? Because I have to make for the majority on some level. Because if it's too individual, then you just have to make a consult or something. Because the videos are more like for the collective majority or for the majority. So I'm trying to really enter into that space and see, like, let intuition guide. And it's like some people say, "Oh, just make a poll." No, but you don't understand. Like most people don't even know what they want to hear. See, you ask somebody what they want to hear, they'll say, "Oh, this and that," but really, I mean, you make that, and then something will be like, "Yeah, okay," but when you hear something that you may not even be expecting, it touches you inside. That's how you know when something's for you, is when something inside moves. There's some awakening that takes place inside. There's some channel that opens, maybe that was closed before. But see, nobody knows what that is. Can't ask somebody. If you knew what that is, then you would just go do that. You'd go find that now. Or you would just open the channel yourself. So see, life's a little mysterious like that. Anyway, what's the damn title? If you feel lost, in life, I'm trying to say that's a good thing. You ever heard that? See, life's backwards in a lot of ways, maybe every way. You got to be lost to be found type thing. See, when you're lost, there's an openness. There's like an open, like you're out of moves. You've tried everything. I did that when I was a teen. Like, I wanted to know my purpose in life. So I went to a career counselor, filled out all these questions and everything, and told me I needed to be a drill instructor in the Marines. That was the culmination of all my answers that I gave. And I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do. I did end up joining the Marines though, but for different reasons. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So, whoa, I changed my major in college like every month. I was going to be a doctor, and then I was going to be a lawyer, and then I was going to try this and try that. And then I'm like, I'm done with school. It's stupid. I don't want to do it. And then I said, okay. And I tried I was watching Rambo on TV, and I was like, that's what I need to do. Because I had a lot of energy, And I'm like, they'll leave me alone. I can be like this one-man team and go out and rescue the hostages, girls preferably, and then I'll bring them back, and then the president will congratulate me, but then I'll disappear again out in the woods. I was like, that sounded cool. And then after I said, okay, I'm going to go do that, and then when I get out, I'm going to be a cop, or I'll be on the SWAT team, because I remember I was watching Lethal Weapon. I liked Mel Gibson, because he looked like he was having fun. He just does what he wants to do, but he has a gun. Nobody messes with you. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to join the military, and then I'm going to go be a cop. And then maybe I'll dabble in the CIA a little bit too, because I like the CIA movies, Bourne Identity and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I was lost, but I didn't know it. So I had to try all that, and I joined the Marines, and it was terrible. It was the worst thing I could have ever picked. I would lose my rifle all the time. Like, we'd be sitting here having a class, sergeants talking. I have my rifle. I'd put it down. I don't care about what he said. I just want to go out and, I was good with fighting and all that stuff. But when it came to like tactile stuff, or shining your boots, or keeping your insignias straight, oh, I was retarded. So my mind would be elsewhere. Usually, like, how the hell am I going to get out of here? This sucks. So the class would finish, I'd get up, I'd leave my rifle, I'd forget it. That's the worst thing you can do in the Marines. And they tortured me over and over. But the more they tortured me, the more I would forget my rifle. That's how it works. And then later, I used a medical condition that I went in. I kind of went in the Marines with the ace up my sleeve. I was going to play that card if I really had to, and I ended up doing it just to get out. So then I went and became an actor. Oh, but see, being in the Marines cured me from wanting anything to do with the government. I didn't want to be a cop after that, or EMT, or firefighter, or nothing. CIA, Fed, federal agent. No, I was done. I realized that the movies were a lie. Rambo, you can't go do that. You can't do what Mel Gibson did. They'd kill you, they'd lock you up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be an actor. That makes sense, because then things are improvisational and you know, I'm creative, and that was a much better decision than the Marines. But I wanted to write my script, direct it, and act in it, and I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and you couldn't do that. I'd get these stupid, cheesy commercial auditions, you know, and you know, I don't know, whatever, just silly. You watch commercials? That's what they wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it. So I learned that acting wasn't for me. So the point is, I bottomed out with all these things that I tried. That's the thing. You have to try everything to get to where then you're like, I'm lost. See, when you're lost and there's no more moves to make and you've tried everything you wanted to do, then you can say your real destiny can start to be revealed to you. That can take some time, though. Don't put a time limit on it. Doesn't matter. You're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50. If you're still like, what am I supposed to do? You see, this is the mind that's going to create more stress for you. Don't do that. You trust in existence. You get clean, you get right, you do semen retention, you get your lifestyle in order. Whatever function you're supposed to fulfill in life, you're going to do it. And if for some reason you don't end up doing anything, you're going to be just a divine nothing, and you're going to be satisfied and happy. You see? So you chill with that, and you trust life. You can't force this stuff. Now some people, okay, I got to talk this. Some people say, well, yeah, but what about the 20-year-old, you know, who's a movie star? And they look really happy and they're making money, or the 20-year-old entrepreneur, he's making a bunch of money in business, and see, the mind starts comparing ourselves with them. You can't do that. They have a different destiny than you. If you were supposed to do that, you'd be doing that. And don't buy into that so much and think, oh, they look like on an external level, they're really living it up. They're doing their dream. They made it. You can't see what's going to happen later at some point. You see, like a lot of people, I'm not cursing them and saying like they're all going to suffer later. But what I'm saying is this. The ultimate happiness isn't going to be found on an external level. A lot of these people are miserable, man. You wouldn't want to hang out with them. The movie stars or the entrepreneur, the business person. They have a very cold, especially the business people, this cold, dry nature, and they're just constantly obsessed with their business. Their business like absorbed them, you know? That's like their whole identity. If they weren't doing that, they'd be miserable as hell. But see, that's the wrong motive and reason for doing something. And same with the acting. They're in love with this identity with it. And they can't stop doing it because it's like, well, who am I without this? My point is, it's not a natural unfolding. Their external life, there's so many mosquitoes, I don't even know. Their external expression isn't a natural unfolding that happens when a person becomes, you can say, inwardly balanced. That's not what it is. It's the mind and ego that picks something because it thought it would make them happy, and now they went and did that. You see, if that's what's happening, then they will crash at some point. Life is going to do you a favor and show you, like, man, this isn't where it's at. And then they're going to hit some bottom or have a depression, or that's why you see a lot of these old actors, they just keep acting. They need to stop, but they can't. Identity's so strong. Same with the boxers. or the UFC people. Like their time's over, but they keep doing it. Why? Identity. Who am I if I don't do this? They're addicted to this. That's what I was addicted to in the acting, the praise. Same with the business people. If you bought 5 buildings or you made $1 million, we got to keep going. You need to chase that high of getting another building, buying another building, or getting another $1 million. But the more you do that, the more they do that, the more they see, actually, I'm getting emptier and emptier. They try to drown that feeling out for a while by throwing themselves into their work even more, but life catches you out at some point. Then you hit bottom. So, those of you who already feel lost, here's the good news. You're at a higher level than a lot of these people are. You don't need to go do all that stuff to hit bottom. You've already hit bottom. It's like faster. You see? You got to look at things on higher perspective. This isn't positive thinking what I'm sharing with you. This is what it is. I was the same way. I really wanted to go out and, in my mind, it sounded really good. Go start a business, make a bunch of money. But yet I didn't have enough life energy to do it. I didn't feel like doing it. My desire to do it wasn't strong. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have any energy? Am I just lazy? No, it's that I was higher than that. Those lower tendencies were trying to get me to do that because this is what everybody's doing collectively. And so somehow we get absorbed in this collective soup of nonsense. And so we adapt other people's desires like they're our own, but yet we don't have the power to fulfill them. Because deeper than that, we know like it's nonsense though. I don't really want to do this. And then you go to these coaches, then the mind will say, you need to go to a motivation person or go to a coach. Have them kick your ass and give you some fire to do it. You see? But at some point we surrender. We're like, wait a minute. I'm following my own drumbeat, man. This isn't for me. It's not for me. There's something higher that I'm here to experience, and it's beyond money and fame and glory and all that. So I think a lot of people who feel lost, that's where they're at. Now, there might be some that are just lazy, okay? You have to discern and see. But I feel to speak on this aspect that I'm speaking on. If you don't know what your purpose is in life, it's okay. You build character, okay? You build your character and your values, and you clean yourself up in your life, get rid of your addictions, attachments. That's your purpose, okay? That's your purpose. That's your job. That's the highest job. You do that long enough, and then you trust existence is going to start to express through you on an external level what your authentic function is supposed to be. And then when you do it, you won't be attached to it, like these other examples I was given. It's just an extension of your already, you can say, balance and centeredness. You're just sharing with the world. That's different. Your energy has a higher quality then. You're not obsessed with your job. It's a joy to do it. So I hope you can see the difference that I'm trying to make here, all right? Let me know if you like that video.